the Hot Pink America podcast.
Guys, I'm Dante Elizabeth James.
And I'm Juicy Marie Kelly.
And welcome to episode 10 of the Hot Pink America podcast. Woo! Well, I don't know why I couldn't.
Yeah, are you
I'm
okay?
like,
the shockers really got you today.
If you don't watch at home, Juicy and I usually do a little sprinkle with our fingers, but mine is like,
yeah, you're okay.
I'm stiff today.
Yeah, it's because that humidity's out there.
Yeah. We'll be okay, guys. If the power goes out, we'll figure it out. We have JB here with us. There's major rainstorms and thunderstorms rolling through Pennsylvania today, y'all. Tornado warnings. It's very, very, very soggy out. Yeah. Very, very soggy out. But speaking of soggy, if you guys don't know yet, we have our Hot Pink America calendar.
What?
Guys, real quick before we get into our episode today, don't forget we have a Hot Pink America calendar. Juicy and I make a calendar every single year, and all the proceeds go towards the Trevor Project. And if you don't know what the Trevor Project is,
it is a national nonprofit organization that helps LGBTQIA plus youth with crisis intervention and suicide prevention services
for LGBTQ plus youth, and they need it now more than ever, guys. We are up to $700 in donations for the Trevor Project this year, so definitely go check it out. We want to get to at least 100 or 100, at least 1,000 or above 1,000, because we did 1,000 last year. So I'd be happy if we matched it or went above that. That would be so cool. So the link for our calendar is in our bio here on YouTube, or you can find the links in our link trees on Juicy and I's personal pages. Social media. So it's a really fun calendar. Go check it out. It has all the LGBTQ plus awareness days, the awareness months. It has cool affirmations in it, really funny pictures. And we will be retiring it in a couple months. So go get it while you can. Yeah. Definitely add it to your collection, especially if you ordered one last year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
especially if you order, this is now a tradition.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And it goes towards a really great cause.
A great cause, a great tradition. And honestly, next month's going to be one of my top months.
Oh, yeah, April. April. We would show you what the pictures look like, but you'll just have to order it and find out.
Yeah, we can't give it away.
It does take 3 to 5 days to print, guys, and then 3 to 5 days to get shipped to you.
So that's about a week.
It's about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, 3 to 5. So if it's like 3 and 3, that's only 6. But if it's 5 and 5, that's 10.
Well, I don't know. That's what they say. 3 to 5 weeks to print, 3 to 5 weeks to ship to you. And I believe it ships everywhere, I believe.
I think so.
We've heard people ordering it in like England and so
shout out to Christopher John.
Yes,
and the Unfiltered podcast.
Yes, the Fabulously Unfiltered.
Fabulous. The Fabulous and Unfiltered. Yes. Yes.
We'll get it, guys. Yeah. We'll get it. We're here today. We're present. We're here. But before we also get into more of our episode, guys, we did receive a package for the pod.
I'm excited.
And this is from Sprinkle Candles. If you're not watching at home, we will try to describe to you the best we can. But this is from a friend of the pod, Sprinkle Candles. She put a little note in here. She's a little small business, guys. She's so wonderful. She said, I am so excited to send you this custom blended and hand poured 100% soy candle to celebrate the launch of the Hot Pink America podcast.
Come on, soy candle.
I've been following you for just about 4 years now, which is wild to even say. I know. Isn't that crazy? Sprinkle Candles. It's nuts.
That's almost one hand.
It almost. And we're on episode 10, which is
2 hands.
2 hands.
like Dora. All right, everyone. If you're seeing us, follow along. If we hold up this many, how many hands is that? 2. Yes. You got it. Maybe we are supposed to do a kid show.
Oh, God, I don't know. But I've been following, and I genuinely love watching your growth. Your 5-year sober anniversary is beyond inspiring. The way that you show up so openly and honestly does not go unnoticed. My best friend went through a similar journey a few years ago that completely changed his relationship with alcohol, and that's honestly what made me gravitate towards you even more. Seeing the strength and discipline up close makes me respect it on such a deeper level. Thank you, babe. I love you so much. I'm so proud of both of you, truly, and I'll always be rooting for you in business, in life, in all the hot pink eras ahead. The candle is custom blended just for you and Juicy.
Oh my gosh, we have a custom?
Yes. And then keep shining, keep inspiring, and congrats on the podcast launch. Keep being iconic. You keep being iconic too, Sprinkle Candles.
Yes,
I see what you're doing, babe. She's taken this small business, y'all, and she has been running with it and just doing candle pouring classes and candle parties and selling candles. So definitely go check her out and go support a small business, guys.
Please
definitely.
do. And they're great. I love all of her products.
Oh my God. Well, I said
that
they smell so good even when you're not burning them. Like they could, like, there's so many times I'll like put it like on a table in here or on the kitchen table. And even with like the lid off of it, it just smells
so good.
So amazing. It's unbelievable.
That's sometimes hard to do when you hand make homemade candles. Like
oh yeah, definitely. I've gotten candles that I'm like, what is the scent of this? Because I just don't know. Where hers, you never even have to guess what the scent is. But I am so excited. Oh, look at these. So they come in little pink bags, guys.
Oh yeah, if you're watching, they're in these tiny pink bags. If you're listening, we have a pink bag. It fits the theme of pink.
It does. Look at. Oh my God, and they're in little pink candle. Oh, look at the bow. Yeah. I love that. Oh wait, I'm so excited to smell these.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That smells delicious. That smells Did she put down what flavor?
I wish we had smell-o-vision so you guys can smell it with us. But she even put our logo, smell-o-vision.
I love that.
You've never heard of that?
No. Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision.
Superpowers.
Well, I think it's from like a TV show or something, or like a cartoon. Smell-o-vision, like they have smell-o-vision or something. But she did send a nice coffee one. That one's over there. But this one is, I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it smells delicious.
So the good news is I don't like overly sweet, and I like that there's sweet and something else.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like almost like a musk, like not a musky, but like a sweet, but it's counteracted with
candy and something.
Yeah, something bold.
Like even vanilla's in there.
Yeah,
but it's also giving me it reminds me of kind of that candy corner shop.
Like the sweetness tickles, like the sweetness smells really good, but then towards like while you're smelling it, that there's like almost like something that tickles your nose buds.
Yeah.
Like you smell the sweetness at first, but then the more you smell it, it's like there's something something tickling your nose. I
like talking in the mic and smell hey everyone, can you hear me?
Smells so good. Thank you so much, Sprinkle Candles. That is so kind. Me too.
Metallic pink. That's hot.
But definitely go check her out, guys. You can find her, Sprinkle Candles. Just search on Instagram or anywhere, Sprinkle Candles. That's usually her name on there already. I do follow her on Instagram, so if you go to my following list, you'll find her there. But definitely go support a small business. And she has been just so kind to us over the past 4 years. So definitely go check her out, guys. That was so kind of you. And it's a nice way to celebrate our 10th episode.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
It's so crazy. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It does not feel like this has been so much fun, guys, that it doesn't even feel like it's been 10 episodes.
No.
It's crazy.
No.
So
crazy.
crazy.
It makes me think of episode 4 or something.
Yeah. We've just been having so much fun with it that it just doesn't even feel like we're already at 10. It's just
10.
It's crazy. But speaking of 10 episodes, Juicy and I came up with something fun for our Hot Pink America. Because as you guys know, we live in Hot Pink America here.
We live in it.
In our own little bubble over here on the internet.
Breathe.
I almost thought you said breed.
But we breed in Hot Pink America. So I got that pillow back. Isn't it? Yeah. For those who don't know, the traveling sisterhood of the Pin Me Down pillow is in my hands now. So
Ronnie gave it to me at Jim Thorpe, and then I gave it to Juicy this past week.
I don't know when Ronnie's getting it back. It's not a dry spell; it's an annoying spell. All these
You're
people,
just annoyed
trust
with
me, my
all
DMs
men.
are filled, and I'm like, nah. Can you wine and dine me before you,
Well, they have to go through the interview process.
They do. I mean, I understand a good quickie, but some of y'all.
Yeah. Some of them just need a throat. Maybe you should introduce them to Anita Throat.
Yeah. You know what? I should take tips from Anita Throat. Mm-hmm. She probably knows it well.
She knows her way around.
Yeah, Anita Throw actually messaged us to be like, "Hey, can we do like what did she call it? The something night. I have to look. It's what Ronnie messaged us. And
Yeah,
you're like, what does that mean? It's the night we get rid of the pillow. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need to look at it. Anyway,
since it's our 10th episode, guys, Juicy and I thought it would be funny to create the 10 commandments of Hot Pink America to celebrate the 10 episodes.
Yeah.
What I
have to look. I'll have to find it.
I don't know what you're talking about. You and Ronnie.
No, it's in the
I
group
never
chat
know what the hell
somewhere,
you two are
saved
talking
it.
about.
I know. It's like we speak a different language, but it's the same vocabulary.
Yes. Yes. But the 10 commandments of Hot Pink America, the first one is thou shalt get the money first. Mm-hmm. Very important.
I think that was episode 2.
Yeah, well, you
Very
should.
good rule.
Well, that's from Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh.
When she's like, when Amber's mom walks into the bedroom and she's like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Oh.
She's like, "Oh, they're just filming me for a movie," and the mom goes, "Well, make sure you get the money first." Thou shalt get the money first. What's the second one?
Thou shalt read because hot girls read.
Make sure you're reading, babe.
Yeah.
Hot girls read.
Reading people, reading magazines, reading books, reading signs, especially those signs from the universe that
Tarot
tell you to get out of
cards.
that relationship.
But mostly books.
Yeah,
But mostly
books.
try to read a book, babe.
Yeah, well, at least one a year,
At least. Maybe 3.
maybe 4. I'm on 2.
It's completely up to you.
You're on like 20.
I'm on, I'm like up there. I'm like 15, I think, for the year so far. But make sure you read. The number 3 is thou shalt be gay or an ally.
Yeah, we gay up in here. We real gay.
I mean, if you couldn't tell,
Yeah,
like we're
a little. If you're watching, you
love how
can
you-
tell.
put up your glasses. You're like,
Yep.
yep. So either be gay or an ally.
Yeah, and if you're neither, you're not in our Hot Pink America.
No. You're sequestered to somewhere else then, because we're gay around here. And if we're not gay, we're an ally.
Yeah, and you don't have to be like real gay. We like a little list, but that's it.
Yeah, you can
know?
be like you can be a little gay.
Yeah, I
you
love
know,
a-
even if you're married to a man. I'm sorry, you know,
Yeah.
ladies out there, but you can
Okay.
be little.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah,
We all make mistakes.
and we do accept mask and butch people.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even those ladies that you think are
And
lesbians,
then you
and
find
you're
out
like,
they've
oh,
been in a relationship with
you
20
have a whole husband at home and a
You have a
couple
whole
kids.
family.
Yep.
You got grandkids.
Yep. You just really like cargo shorts and a nice, short, practical haircut. So
They're my favorite. They're my favorite. And honestly, they're like the women I get along with the most.
yeah.
Thou shalt be informed but not involved.
I know that's right. Right. We're informed in gossip, not involved.
Right? Yeah.
Not involved, but we like to hear about all the mess. That was making me think. It's making me think of the being informed and not involved. Is, you know, that saying where people are like, oh, well, people that have nothing going on in their lives, all they do is talk about other people. Or there's that one saying like, what's going on?
Did I mess it up?
It was messed up already.
I just wanted to fix my hairband. Is it not giving?
Something's going on over here.
like
Do you want to
it?
look into your camera? Just look.
Nah,
at
we'll finish the commandment.
But it was making me think. You know that like saying where they're like, oh, people that talk about people or gossip about people only gossip about people because they have nothing to talk about with themselves. It's like, no, I will get to me. I want to talk about you and your mess first, though. Oh, I'll talk about me all day and what I have going on and what's
Yeah.
going on with me, but I want to talk about your mess first,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So that's where I'm at. What? Messy.
No, thou
Oh.
shalt wash thy.
Damn.
We have to take one out.
Well, no, I
What
mean,
is- well-
men. I mean, I think we all
not-
wash our
yeah.
asses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for
Thou
straight
shalt
men
wash
and.
thy-
I mean, straight men are allowed in Hot Pink America, but not a lot of them.
Just
And
wa-
you have no power here.
Yeah. Well.
So be gone
unless we
before
tell
someone
you.
drops a house on you, too.
Oh, or water.
Yeah. Because everyone just has buckets of water laying around. But stay informed, not involved, especially in gossip. Thou shalt never, number 5, thou shalt never shrink thyself for mediocre comfort.
I know that's right. Honestly, that's why all these people are my DMs. Because they be mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here like, nah, I'm good.
Well, I said this a little while ago, why is it always, why are all the people that are always hating just like ugly loser trolls?
Always. You zoom in into their profile photo, you're like, oh, okay.
You hate on me, you can't even get in the club.
And in the club, we all fam.
Yeah, and it's all because it's always like, I forget, it was like several weeks ago, but someone like this one lady, and I also like, it's such a disappointment when women are homophobic and just like haters, but it's sometimes mostly them. And I was just like, I forget what she said, and I was just sitting there like, why are you go back under the bridge you belong under, troll? Like, why are you hating on me? Again, you don't have a seat at my table, so. Oh, much better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah. Young Dakota Fanning. Yep. Oh. Perfect.
I look like I belong in a library.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You look wonderful.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm not giving troll.
No. Well, and also, you know what? I think them being like that makes like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, like how someone could be, you know what I mean? I think the more kind someone is or funny or all that makes them so much more attractive.
Oh,
and I think when you're a hate bitch, like it just makes you ugly, and then that makes me look at you like you're ugly and a troll. And
I mean, I now just vocalize when someone's like spewing disgust or ugliness. Go, that's weird energy to be giving off.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like that's the end. That's how you want to be represented when you open your mouth. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I've said that.
Well, my favorite is, and especially shout out to Cass. Love you, Cass, if you're watching. She is so funny. But you know what my favorite thing is when people comment something like hateful or weird on your profile, and I don't go back and forth with people, but I do enjoy other people that do, spread them out and give it to them. And Cass does that, and it's always the comment not available for me.
Oh,
like
yes.
when you go to click on the it's like y'all
don't
have
backpedal.
Y'all have big mouths until someone shows you just how big of a mouth they have, and then all of a sudden you run away with your tail between your legs.
And I think that
you know what's easier?
Just not
Not saying anything.
Yeah, like the thing is, you had to take 12 seconds so it takes about 12 seconds to respond to someone from like the fully developed thought to putting it in your text. And I said, you took 12 seconds of your life to finally like sit down there and actually respond. What are you doing?
Well, people have big balls over the computer or over the phone. But then the moment that person takes your comment and is face to face with you, that's all of a sudden they're like, ooh, and they like run away and try deleting it or changing their profile name or changing their profile picture or deleting their profile altogether. Cass is good at that. Yep.
That was even one person that commented that sent us that message. They changed their profile.
God.
Like I handled it with such grace, but they still changed their profile picture as if we wouldn't know who it was. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you already saw
just
yourself.
A PSA to everybody out there. Juicy and I are not y'all's punching bags.
No.
So we got the weirdest message on our Hot Pink America TikTok profile. And it was just so strange and so odd. And some of y'all really need help. Yeah. And it's not from us. We're not licensed therapists. We're not life coaches. If you want to go beat a punching bag, go to the gym. But it was such a weird message.
Yeah.
Like so odd.
It was
just
giving, I need attention, because then when they got it, it was like, they literally said, I'm so sorry for my idiotic comment or whatever. And I'm like, well, at least you said it.
Well, yeah, and also you could have just kept all that. That's what I mean, though. What is with people? Like, again, you just have like the biggest balls when it's go time and you're ready to type the message, but then when the person like lays it out for you, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, or I didn't mean it this way, or I didn't mean it that way, or I'm so sorry, and blah blah blah. Then you shouldn't have done it. It's just so weird. Anyway.
The 6th commandment is, thou shalt keep receipts in good lighting.
Screenshot everything.
Always.
Screenshot everything. My phone is so filled with screenshots because I screenshot everything. Not everything, but you never know.
I need my receipts.
You never know. Oh, yep. You're not going to gaslight me and tell me something went one way when I have the receipts that prove it went the other. So always have receipts, babe. If you never know. You never know. And then you could always go through your phone and clean it up if you need to or anything, but always have good receipts and good lighting.
I think the most thing is when we are sitting somewhere and like it could be so calm and you just see someone sharing this story, right? But you have the receipts knowing and just doing this. Like I've had a few times in my life where I'm like, hold that thought, pull it up and just lays it there.
Yep.
And goes, there you go. And they go, what's this? Those are the receipts. So you let me know how the actual proof tracks to your story. And it's never the person's original story. It's always a secondhand story, right?
Yep.
They're like, well, this is what they told me and all those other things. And I go, but you didn't care to find out the truth. You just went with what they said.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming that it was there.
Every
But I
weird
thought,
comment, every weird message I get, I always screenshot them. Always. There was this one guy that commented on my soberversary pictures, and he was like, wow, a woman with a beard. Ba 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 ba. Do you have a dick? And then I commented back and I said, why are you thinking about my dick? And then he blocked me. Because I'm sitting there, I swear these like straight homophobic people think about our genitals more than we do.
Oh, they do.
But I was sitting there like, why are you asking me if I have a dick? Why are you even thinking about mine or if I have one or whatever?
Literally.
Why are you even sitting there thinking about that? And then of course that's when I assumed, because I was sitting there and I was like, he hasn't commented back yet. And then I went and looked and it says like, because it was on Instagram, it said null, which means he blocked me. And I was like, got him.
Got him.
Got him.
So weird.
Got him. I mean,
So
you can think about it if you want, but honey, you got to come to terms with a few things.
And you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
To see it.
Number 7, thou shalt remember being iconic is a lifestyle. I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Why do you think at the end of all my videos, guys, I tell you, keep your chin up in every room you walk into. Walk into whatever room you walk into, even if you don't have the money to buy it. Like you could buy it today. That's what I do. When I walk into any space, I walk in there with my chin held high, like I could buy this at any moment. And I might not have the money in my bank account, but I know and believe in myself that I could figure it out.
Yeah. And I walk into rooms knowing that I never have to say who I am. Actually, this just happened this past weekend. I walked in the room and I was saying hi to the girls in the back and stuff. And someone goes, oh, that's Trixie. And I looked at the girl. I said, oh, I just assume people know who I am. But would you look at that? Someone's telling you who I am and I don't have to.
Oh.
And I love those girls, so they were great.
Yeah, I never have to tell you who I am either. You'll find out from other people when I walk in and they're like, who's that gorgeous, beautiful, popular, smart, multi-talented, humble, gracious human being over there with the gray hair? And then someone will go, that's Dante Elizabeth James.
That's my best friend.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
You'll be like, yo, Dante, check this out.
That's me. That's me. But yes, iconic.
And commandment number 8, thou shalt leave every room knowing they'll talk about it later. I know that's right. Nothing makes me more excited when I know I'm leaving a room and I'm being talked about. I don't care, good, bad, or ugly. I don't care.
You made an impact.
Yeah. They remember mine. They'll remember.
You made an impact, and whether it's positive or negative, that's up to the person, not you. So, I know that's right. I know that's right. Number 9, thou shalt serve confidence with every look.
That's why you like our clothing so much, because when we wear it, it's all confident. Yeah, it's true. PJ's
It is true. Well, no, I wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear me.
Oh, true. Well, you proved that.
Remember that. Remember that, baby. You wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear you, my love. You wear them.
They say fit check. I'm making sure you see my attitude.
Yep. Well, I think that's why I love clothing so much, and I think that's why I'm one thing you'll always know about me, guys, is I'll always have the perfect outfit. Always. Because I think having the perfect outfit and all of that just boosts my confidence even more.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I know I look good and I'm killing it and like all that stuff. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And our last commandment, thou shalt never let a man tell you what to do. Now say it with, we just did our 10 commandments.
Now say it with us. All men.
Service starts at
Not
8.
all men, but all men.
All men. All men.
All
Yeah.
men.
But yeah, the next service 6 a.m. Wednesdays.
Yeah, so 6 a.m.
Wednesdays.
Maybe you run that service. Oh.
That's when we launch. That's when we launch our episode, sweetie.
I was like, maybe you'll be running that service. I won't be.
I mean, I run a service. It's typically the PM though. They call me Roxanne sometimes.
And the organ.
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 I like what you did there.
Real quick, I have to tell you guys this quick story. So we get back from Jim Thorpe last week, and it's me, Juicy, my mom, and JB sitting at the kitchen table, okay? It's me and Juicy and I on one side, JB and my mom on the other. So Juicy and I are sitting on the other side of the table, and we're talking to each other, right? I get what when I tell you guys that Juicy and I sit around and talk about nothing, I'm not joking about that. But it's not me, it's them.
No, it's us.
Yeah. It's you. So we're sitting there and we're just talking. I forget what we were talking about because honestly, so we're sitting there talking. My mom, I like looked over at her or something like that, and I look over and my mom is just sitting there laughing, and we're like, "What's going on?" And she looks at Juicy and I, and she goes, "You two are so weird." And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, just sitting here watching you two. You two are so weird because it's like you are talking about everything but nothing at all. And she goes, I'm sitting here trying to like catch up with your conversation so maybe I could jump in and talk and like say something. She goes, but honestly, I don't know where to jump in or what to talk about because I don't know what you are talking about because again, you are talking about everything but nothing at all. And we were just sitting there.
Yeah.
Because it's so true. Even when we were going into Barnes and Noble, I forget because you're so funny because Juicy will like it's like we're talking about nothing at all. Like Juicy will be like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm doing this." And I'll be like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And then Juicy will say what they're doing, and then we'll go off on like some random conversation about what we're doing tomorrow that has nothing to do with anything, and we're just basically just again talking about nothing. Like Juicy would be like, "Oh, well, are you gonna wear this tomorrow?" And I'd be like, "I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow." And Juicy would be like, "Well, I'm wearing this tomorrow." And I'll be like, "Well, maybe I'll wear this tomorrow." And like it just goes. But when she looked at us, y'all, and she goes, "You two are so weird."
Yeah, it's a full body mind connection. I don't know. I understand.
I get our conversations. I
get
mean,
them.
and I looked at my mom and I said, "Now you know how JB feels." Yeah. JB's not quiet to be quiet. JB just doesn't know where to insert himself yet.
JB's just trying to figure out where he fits in to the conversation.
Because again, it's true. Well, it's like we're talking about everything but nothing at all.
We don't use full subjects in our sentence.
No, we just make noises and we just understand what each of us are saying. But it was so freaking funny. It was so funny. Oh my God. Because it's true. I mean, we have like our own language. It's like we own, I don't know.
Telekinesis.
Yes. We have ESPN.
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 Go sports.
Sports. Jesus.
Yeah.
No. You can't make me.
Not.
We were just talking about that the other day. How like every season there's something. It's like either football or baseball or hockey or
asking you, would you do this, Dante? And you're like, nah.
No. Oh, well, that's like a lot of our conversations is Juicy will be like somewhere and Juicy be like, well, will you get your hair cut at that salon? And I'm like, I don't know, probably not. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, well, would you get your hair? It's always like hypothetical. Yeah. I think that's why it seems like we're talking about everything but nothing at all because it's always these like hypothetical like questions. Like, would you eat pig's feet? I don't know. Maybe, probably not. And Juicy's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I would try it. Like, it depends. Maybe if I put some like relish on it or something. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if relish would even like, it's always those kind of conversations, like just like these random conversations where they're not really going anywhere, but it's like we just have to sit there and give our opinion on that just doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know.
It matters.
Well, it does matter, but I get where she's coming from. Because sometimes I'm sitting there stoned out of my mind and Juicy's just sitting there talking to me. And I'm trying to keep up because I don't know what the hell we're talking about. And I'll just catch on to like little words. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like little words here and there of like what. And I'm like, wait, maybe I'm caught up. Okay, I get it.
And I don't have a problem repeating myself.
No, you repeat yourself with me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I now I feel like I'm at the part now where I'm like, hey, if I told you this before, just go with it, which I know happens. I've shared the same story with Dante like 6 times. And you're like, you actually told me two hours ago and like 2 days ago.
Or sometimes you're like, well, I'm telling JB now.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm talking to JB.
I also want to know this at home. I want to know if anybody else has any best friends like this, okay? Because this is something I've noticed about Juicy being friends with them. And it's something I love about you, but I think it is so funny. Is Juicy, say we're hanging out, okay? Like we're hanging out tonight at 5 or something. I know for a fact that probably 8 times out of 10, I'm going to hear from Juicy that morning. Like even though we're going to see each other later, Juicy's I guess is so excited that they call me like a couple hours before they're going to see me. And sometimes I'm sitting there like, well, babe, if we're sitting here talking about all the things that we're going to talk about probably later tonight, why don't you just save it for later tonight? But Juicy will call me and stay on the phone with me for like 2 hours. And I'm like, babe, I'm going to say like the one time, the way I noticed it is the one time Juicy was coming over the house. Juicy was coming over the house to hang out, okay? They called me when they left their house. And they're talking to me, the 20-minute drive over, and they're talking to me, and I'm sitting there wondering, like, I'm about to see you in, like 10 minutes. Like, why are we, like, recapping our day right now? You're about to. So then I said, where are you? And they go, oh, I'm at the light, like, about to turn, like, on your road to, like, go towards your house. I said, you know what? I'll see you when you get here. Like, why are we talking right now? I'm going to see you in, like, 10 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, we have more to talk about.
I know. I said it's not something I hate. I think it is so funny. You did it, like, a week or two ago. It was, like, a Wednesday or Thursday or something, and you were coming over later on in the night, and then you called me. I think you were, like, getting done with like a meeting or something, and you called me, and then me and you were on the phone for like an hour and a half, and I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna see this in like 2 hours. Like, why are you calling me now? We'll talk about this later.
What if I forgot?
You are.
What if I forget details?
You do, because every time we're done with the podcast, you always look at me and you go, oh, I wanted to bring that up. Or, I wanted to talk about this. Or, I wanted to talk about
My favorite part was when we were rewatching last week's episode, and I said the exact same thing while watching it, and then 10 seconds later, I say it right
when I was showing you the clips, because I was showing
the same thing, and then you just look the way you looked at me.
I forget what clip it was, but we were watching it, and you said Ronnie said something in the clip, and then you looked at me and said it, and then 2 seconds later you said it in the clip. It was so funny. Oh my God. But I need to know, does anyone else have their best friends like that? Don't be wrong. I will talk to you when I talked to you on the phone for a little bit yesterday. Yeah. Like, I love talk. I don't mind. You and my mom are probably the 2 people I don't mind talking on the phone with. Like, I will, but it's always the days that we're going to like kind of hang out. Like that Juicy calls me and they're like, what are you doing? Hey, Dante. And I'm like, hey babe, I'm going to see you in a little bit. Like, do you want to talk about this stuff later or... I love it because the day I realized it was when you were coming over my house and you called me as soon as you walked out the door and and I'm sitting there and you're just talking and talking and talking and talking. I'm sitting there thinking, well, you're on my way to, like, why don't not just save this till you get here? And then finally, that's what I mean. I was like, where are you? And you're like, I'm by the light by your house. And I'm like, well, then I'll just talk to you when you get here. Like, shut up. I love it though. I love it, love it, love it.
My favorite is the level of sarcasm we have in our humor. Because I did, it was the other day when we were playing Pretty Princess, and Dante throws the box down in front of me, and all seriously goes, open this. It's my favorite.
I didn't post that video yet, but I literally because so one of you guys sent us Pretty Princess, and you guys sent it to us, and you were like, oh, for you and Juicy to play. And so we were sitting here and we weren't doing anything, and I think JB was making us chimichangas, and I was like, well, we have like a little bit yet, so I went over and got the box, and then I brought it over and I like threw it in front of Juicy, and I go, here, open this and set it up.
But it was like...
And then you go, oh, okay, well, this was nice, and I'm going to head out.
I started looking around like, nope, no one behind me. Nope.
Oh,
Yeah, I opened the door. Nobody came through the door. Who are you talking to? Because it was not me. But it was
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. And I knew that was the reaction I was going to get when I did that. I was like, ooh, I'm going to slam this down in front of them and I'm going to go, here, set this up. Or open it and set it up. I knew I was going to get some kind of reaction. I love it. Love it.
I think that's one of my favorite things I could do with you because it just, like, it doesn't.
Or that video of us in Five Below and you came up to me and you're like, and I'm like, Juicy, move. I said, Juicy, move. Like, cause I'm like looking for something and you just come up and you like pose. And I'm like, what the f? And I'm like, Juicy, move. Now's not the time. Oh my God. I watched that part of that video so many times. I think I actually clipped it because it's just me going, you know what I was wondering if they have here? Chico sticks. Then you're standing there, you're like, and Juicy, move. I'm looking for Chico sticks. But one of the things I do remember that you wanted to bring up on this pod is something you had, you were doing a speaking engagement this past week.
Oh, yes.
And they were talking about red flags. And I remember you said you wanted to bring that up.
Yes. So
this is a good conversation, guys, if you want to comment, because we'd like to know your opinions too on like, what was it?
So I did a sex education workshop for college. If you didn't know, I'm a sex educator. So also that's why Dante doesn't understand what I say. I mumble like that, but it's fine. And he doesn't ever have to answer because I just answer for him. I typically 90% know what will happen. But with it, we went over red flags and green flags for what is considered both healthy, unhealthy, and dangerous, right? Because a lot of people think unhealthy things are dangerous. Like, no, they're just unhealthy. They become dangerous when they're repetitive and abusive and all those things. But unhealthy is just like, we all have unhealthy habits and things. So with that, a lot of the students were like asking, I love these students so much because they were actually asking deep questions of like, well, is this a red flag or is this a green flag? But one of my favorite ones was, well, how many red flags does a person have if they outweigh the green flags? Because they were like, what if they have all these green flags and one red flag? And I said, well, not all flags are weighted the same.
True.
Right? Because you have big ones to small ones, and we didn't get into that conversation. But then you have, it was the best question I asked back to answer this, which was, how many red flags do you need to see that relationship's unhealthy?
Yes, 100%. And I agree with that. I think the one thing that Juicy and I talked about is I think it's just all in the eye of the beholder, kind of. Like, because I think all of us could have red flags. Yeah. I think all of us could have, yellow, red, whatever you want to call it, like those little things that maybe our partners does that annoys us or stuff like that. But do they outweigh and I'm not saying like, again, there's so many different variations of red flags. There's so many, especially to the eye of the beholder, because Juicy asked me, they were like, what would you think? And I'm like, well, I think it all just depends on the person. I think because there's some red flags that are horrible that you should stay away from, of course. But then there's also some red flags that you're like, oh, that's not like, you know what I mean? Oh, that annoys me or that's a red, but whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it all just depends on like, and I believe that was the answer you gave them was like, oh, it all depends on.
Yeah, it depends. I mean,
your threshold.
The easier answer was to say it depends on you because to me, what I think is an immediate red flag, I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Well, that's what I mean. Something that would be a red flag for you might not be a red flag for me, you know, and I think, and again, I think I don't want anyone to get mixed up at home. I think there's like, of course, those like big red flags, of course, like certain things that are like up there, but I'm talking about like those little red flags or something they do is like, I don't like that, but could I live with it?
So a perfect example that what got them thinking about it was, the person has inconsistent communication, which means they're not always texting back and forth. Like sometimes they go like and answer their questions and sometimes they go hours without answering. But when it's in person and all the other things are happening, it's all green flags. So that was the kind of like the red flag that I brought up. And I kind of looked at them as like, well, if that's your deal breaker, that's your deal breaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if you need to be in constant communication with somebody or you need that, like, you know what I mean? But when you're like I think about that almost like with my relationship with like JB's not a huge texter, like at all. all. Like, but that's not really, it was never like a red flag for me. It was like, oh, he's just not much of a texter. Like, that's totally cool. But when he's with me, he's present and he's here. You know what I mean? So it's not me. It's just, he's not a big texter. Where someone else might need that, which there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. But if that's something you need, then maybe that's a deal breaker for you. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's something you need to learn, like, oh, they're not much of a texter, but that's okay. I accept that, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in this activity, it's kind of like red light, green light, how we do the activities.
Oh, yeah.
You stand there, and if it's a green flag, you walk. If it's a red flag, you stop. And we were going through it, and someone made the comment of like, these are so easy. And I stopped them after, and I said, what was your comment? And they were like, oh, sorry. I was like, no, I want you to repeat it for everyone to hear you. It was like, these are easy to point out. I was like, but why is it easy when we see it on the screen and you have everyone with you? Because when you're in a relationship, all of a sudden you can't say that it's easy because what are the things that stop us? And we actually got into those barriers because you have like the rose-colored glasses on.
I was just about to say that. Like when you're first dating somebody, you might overlook something they do. You might, so it's that honeymoon phase,
Or how many times are you starting to question that it is a green flag, but then you're like, maybe this isn't as good, maybe, and then you should put all that doubt in there. And so we had those real, like, that is, I think that's why that workshop was so successful, because everyone was really then afterwards like, oh, like I really have to think about this. I really have that intro perspective.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like I said, it's something that's a red flag for you might not be a red flag for me.
What is a red flag for you?
Huh?
What is a red flag for you?
Oh my God. Well, we were actually just talking about this not that long ago. Like a red flag for me is actually no. We actually when the girls were over, we were talking about this. I'm sorry, you had a prior engagement,
but you said it wasn't a memory.
But we were just saying how we don't understand straight couples that like want to be away from their partner. Like we don't understand, like when guys are like, I can't wait to get away from the wife, or I can't wait to, then why are you guys married? Like JB's my best friend. And the girls were saying that, like Bree and Danny were like, yeah, like if I'm going to do something, there's no one else I'd rather be with than Bree. And some people, and I noticed like a lot of people say like, oh, that's codependency or that's this. And I think that's just something straight couples say just to make themselves feel better. But it's like, no, that's my best, like that's one of my best friends. I mean, this is my best friend right here. But JB, like if I, like when me and you went to Philly, how many times did I look at you and say, oh, I wish JB was here. Oh, I wish JB. And not that I didn't enjoy your company or anything like that. But you get what it's like. There's no one else I'd rather be with than him. And like that's kind of would have been a red flag for me, especially if, like I told you about that girl I used to hang out with. I hung out with her for like 2 years. She wasn't like my friend, but she was a friend of a friend, and I never met her husband before. And the one day I was like, even like at couples things, when like it would be like, oh, bring your spouse and we're having a cookout or this or that. And the one day I was like, why doesn't like her husband ever come to anything? Like I don't even know what his voice sounds like. I know what he looks like, but I'd never met him before. And she's like, oh, because he goes with his friends. Huh. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I'm not saying couples can't have different friends. I'm not saying anything like that. But like, not even to come to one or two things, to be like, put in an effort, meet everybody, and who your wife is hanging. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just never understood that. And even growing up in the restaurant, but like, I never understood straight couples that like get married and they're not like that's why I always tell everybody, make sure you're marrying your best friend. Make sure you're marrying somebody or being with somebody that you want to be around, that you want to experience things with, that you want to experience life with. So red flag for me, one of the things that have always attracted me to JB is that he doesn't play video games and he doesn't watch sports. Those were two huge green flags for me because I wouldn't have been able to deal with that. I know that there's a lot of spouses out there that deal with that. That just wasn't for me. And not that there's anything wrong with, I know that there's spouses out there that can watch sports and play video games in a healthy way, but there's also spouses out there that's all their husbands do is watch sports, hit the TV, play video games, be yelling at people and there's no like, but that was probably one of the greenest flags for me, was that he doesn't watch sports or play video games. Yeah. And don't be wrong, he has, well, I know someone out there would be like, well, what does he do for fun then? Me.
Oh. Wow.
Me.
Wow. That's the correct answer.
Me.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, when you're around JB a lot. He loves to read. He loves to be out in nature. He loves to cook. He loves to do all those things. So he has stuff that he has done, but it's not anything that takes away from what I'm trying to say is anything that takes away from like our relationship. Like if JB and I are going to do something, he doesn't look at me and say, well, there's a game on, or oh, I want to do this, or oh, I want to do it. No, JB's always down. He's like, let's go do it. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. So red flags for me are things like that. Yeah. Like, because when I'm marrying you, I want to marry my best friend. I don't want us to be like a lot of the couples, especially growing up in the restaurant business, a lot of the couples that I see nowadays, especially straight couples, where they're more like roommates than they are a couple.
Yeah.
Like and they're just together because they're together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lack of, there's too much of a comfort that they built that, because it's always comfort that makes people stop caring about others.
Yes.
Because you have the expectation of like, well, they're going to love me anyway, so I can do anything I want. So you let all your guards down, you let this, and it's the id.
Or a lot of people think, like, I've been with them this long.
Yeah.
You know, or a lot of people think because they're aged, they're like, well, I'm already in my, late 40s. Who am I going to get? You know, and I never wanted my marriage to be like that.
Well,
like I never.
The romanticization of relationship leaves when you stop putting that effort in.
Yes, 100%.
Because a green flag for me is effort.
Yes.
It's effort. It's effort. It's effort, which means the opposite of that, the red flag, is the lack of effort.
Yes.
And I mean in every aspect of the word. Like, with a lot of people, when I'm getting relationships, they go, you ask a lot of questions. And I was like, I need to know where your mindset is, because if you got this, like if it's a holiday or something and like, oh, you got it for the holiday. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it is Valentine's Day, or it's my birthday or whatever. And then all of a sudden when it's a random day, right, then it's like, oh, what's this for? And the best answer you give, just 'cause.
Yep. Oh. Yep. And another reason why you're asking so many questions when you're first dating somebody is because you don't want to waste your time.
Oh, no.
You don't want to waste your time. I'm going to find out what I need to find out, do what I got to do.
I don't waste
all
my time.
That stuff.
And I let people know immediately. I'm like, hey, this is going to work out. This is everything.
Oh, yeah, because you also have those guys out there that'll love bomb you the first 2 months they're with you. And then all of a sudden it's like, is this going to last? And then all of a sudden you start seeing those little changes, where you're dating them and they're asking you all about yourself, but then you date them for a little bit and then all of a sudden it becomes all about them.
Yep. Which is one of the most common patterns I've seen. Or there's such a lack of, I always tell people, if you're not actually interested in me, then don't be interested in me.
Yes.
Because it'll come out. Like the minute, like I would rather someone look at me and go, I know you. And
let's put it this way.
Yeah.
We're not settling.
Oh, no.
I think that's a huge, and that's why I think a lot of straight couples, especially because a lot of them have kids and then feel like they have to stay together, and then they grow up and the kids grow up and then they realize they really didn't have anything in common and like all of that stuff. Now they're just together to be together and they're like roommates and like all of that stuff. But I wasn't settling. Like I was not settling. That wasn't happening. Just because I'm like lonely doesn't mean I'm going to look past all this stuff just to be with another human.
Amen.
All men.
All men. All men. All men. All men to that. All men to that.
Well, and also not settling is also showing how much worth you have in yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's the biggest thing. I think I'm such at a point in my life that I know my worth. So when I tell people like, nah, I'm good, they get offended. And they go, what do you mean? And I'm just like, whoa. Because like if you truly wanted this, you would know, you would put that effort in to get to that. Because like it's, the expense I have has nothing to do with how much money you have.
Yep.
Has everything to do with it. Can you handle this worth?
Yep.
And a lot of people can't. They can't handle this.
Yep.
And I know that because I think it was you, or I know we talked about this. My dating pool is so small because I know my worth.
Yes. And oh well.
No.
Listen, if I wasn't with JB, which it took me forever to even find JB because I wasn't settling. I've dated. I had several relationships, short term. A lot of them were short term because I wasn't settling, and nor was I changing, nor was I. You know what I mean? I knew my worth. I knew who I was, and I finally found JB. But even if I wasn't with JB or married to him, I would rather be alone.
Yeah.
Than ever settle for some piece of
somebody the other day goes thought I was like dating someone or haven't been single. I told them, it's like, no, I've been single since 2021 because that was the last time I ever let anyone in my life like tell me.
Anyone into your temple?
Yeah. Well, no, they're We have a visiting slot. Yeah, we have visiting hours and times. You just buy a wristband. Yeah, some people buy season passes. Yeah, this temple is fully functioning and operating. We have to make sure everything is continuously working. Yep. Yep. And you get a free photo at the end if you want. Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like when you get off the roller coaster and you go look at the picture. I mean, they do say, well, I understand that, because they do say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. $7.90 to get a keychain ring.
After a night of hooking up with Juicy, you leave with a baseball cap, a foam finger, a picture, a keychain. Juicy's always upselling too. You want a keychain too? You want a hat? You want a silly little hat?
Oh, it's too hot in here to laugh. The roll up these sleeves.
Because it is just so fun. It is so, oh my God. So funny. Hey, if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's what they say. And you're just keeping the.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the reason why they invented the log flume ride. Yep. You go down. Everyone's wet.
It's like a splash zone
yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was the reason. Yep. Blueprint and everything. Yeah.
And you know what? But that's one thing. One of the things I think I love about you so much is you do know your worth. Right. Like, you weren't settling. You weren't just going to be with someone to be with somebody. You're not the kind of person that because I think that just is such like an insecurity of being like, well, I just don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My younger self used to be like that, but also because, like, first coming out, learning about yourself, want to be in a relationship because, queer folks, we never had our teens to really explore those feelings.
True. Very,
we had
very
to
true.
do it in our 20s, and some people didn't. Some people got married, did kids, and then got divorced and had to learn that way too. Like, and that's fine. But I think for me, like, that my last relationship, once I left it, I said no. I said I love myself too much, because the thing is, it's not. I did love the man I was with, but the thing is, I loved the work I put into the relationship, because I knew how much work I put into everything I did, and that's why it was so easy to get over it. Is because when I learned that I loved the work I put into it, not the person I was seeing, I was like, oh, I'm wasting my time, and I'm wasting the value I have, and so yeah.
Well, the thing I think about is, this might sound weird or harsh, but it's just the way I think about things, and anyone out there could kind of take this the wrong way if they want to, but my big thing is I love you. I love you, but I love me more. And I will, you know what I mean? Like, even when JB and I were going through our sober journey and all of that, and, he took a couple months, and I just looked at him and I said, I'm choosing me. You could still sit here and drink and do what you want to do, but I'm choosing me because I love me more. Like, I will always love you, and don't get me wrong, I will walk to the ends of the earth for you. But I will also walk to the ends of the earth for myself, too. Like, just throwing it out there. Because me and myself are going to be together for a very, very, very long time. And that's what I always tell people. Make sure you fall in love with yourself and know your worth and all of that. And it'll be so much. And I'm not saying it'll be easier for you to date, but it'll be easier for you to weed out what you don't want.
It's what you then will attract. The what you are looking for, because when you love yourself so much, that is the reason why it's so easy for me to say no to people. And like, just like, I'm good. Like, I love myself way too much to do this.
I'd rather go home and go to sleep in my bed by myself alone than have to put up with this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think going back to what we were saying, I think that the red flags all are just in it. Because didn't they say, like, give you an example or something?
Of, like, red flags?
Didn't someone say something like, well, is this a red flag? I thought I remember you saying. They did.
There was a few of them. And because I remember the one kid, I call them kids even though they're young adults, made a comment. And, like, they all asked different questions of, like, hypotheticals of, like, someone does this, does this make it a red flag, or is it a green flag if this happens? And I remember I think it had to do something with communication. So it's like, what if they make too many jokes or something? And I said, hey, you are talking to a person that you have to have a sense of humor.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
And I would rather someone have too strong of a sense of humor where I have to be like, hey, can we have a serious moment once in a while? And if we need those serious moments, how would you like me to communicate them? Because I can be like, I know we're being funny right now, but I'm being serious. And like, I know how to separate those, while at the same time, I know how to laugh at myself and do that.
Well, I think communication's huge in a relationship. Yeah. I mean, I think you should never, ever, ever, unless you did something really wrong, you should never be afraid to talk to your partner about anything,
and
like
even
at
if you
all.
did something wrong and you have that internal fear, that fear shouldn't be based off of their reaction.
Yes, 100%. Because being in a partnership or with your spouse, that you should be able to go to them, even though, again, maybe you did something wrong or messed up somehow or this or that, but you shouldn't be. You should be able to go to them and say, "Hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
You know, I did this, blah, 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 this and that." And yes, you should still, of course you're going to be a little scared because you did something wrong and you're like, I don't know. But you should be comfortable enough to go to them and say that.
Yeah.
Or like you were just saying, communicate with the person and say, hey, I love that you love to joke. I love it. Ba, 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 ba. But and don't forget, it could be way worse too. So if they're a jokester too much,
that's one of those red flags. I just go, okay, I will work it.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's also the other thing is which red flags do I know how to manage?
Yeah, true.
Because the what I left them with is we set our own standards for ourselves. You set the expectations of what you find, and you communicate through your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So the stronger, better boundaries you have, the easier it is to understand what your standards are to what your expectations are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's what we left with.
Yep. I love that, though. Mm-hmm. Love it. Such a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so true. Because I remember when you asked me, and I said that to you, I was like, I think it just all depends on the person. What is a red flag to you? What is a green flag to you? What is that something you could live with? Or is that, again, not saying that there's the major ones, but those little red flags, those little like, oh, that kind of gets on my nerves. But you know what? I could look past that because I love them so much. And I'm sure I have things that maybe annoy them or that they don't like, and they still love me. So is that something I could live with? Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. What are you laughing at?
I know what my next transition of this
Transition?
Transition.
Not in my America.
Well, we're in hot pink America.
What's your next transition?
So everyone, this is my dear friend, Dante.
Yep. Did you guys know that? Not their best friend. Their dear friend.
No, I don't.
Dante. Juicy was on a podcast this past week. Was a guest on a podcast this past week.
Taboo Table Talk.
And Juicy was talking about me, and they said my dear friend and I have a podcast, and we have a calendar that goes towards the Trevor Project.
But
my dear friend.
But. Later, like literally right 5 minutes later after that, I said, yes, I run this podcast with my best friend, Dante Elizabeth James. Some might know because shout out to Becky Smiles. But Dante didn't stay on after that.
No, I didn't hear that part because I was too busy texting you, being like, dear friend. And then I texted you the next day and I was like, your dear friend wants to know when you will be over today. Dear friend. Yep. Dear friend.
Like the animal.
You sound like Dear Abby. Dear friend. You can get stains out with bleach. Yep. Dear friend. Yep. You see, 10 episodes.
Mommy dear.
10 episodes. 3 years and 10 episodes of a podcast. I'm a dear friend. Got it.
But I said best friend later. Just Dante didn't hear it.
You redeemed yourself.
I did.
But what was the podcast you're on?
So it's called Taboo Table with Becky and Victoria Ortori. And I actually wanted to name this because so this was a great podcast. I was speaking on my corporate levels, my corporate self. I use my corporate jargon for this because this podcast is all for HR professionals and anyone in there. And they brought me on to talk about like psychological safety and all like high end stuff. But There was a quote I had in there because they asked me.
Oh, yes.
And I apparently there was another person that was there. You couldn't see them. Their name is Jamie, sweet girl, and she got teary eyed because she actually private messaged me. She's like, "That was the most fiery thing I've heard." And Tori made me repeat it several times.
Well, I remember, and it's so good. It's because it's so true.
Yeah,
it's so
and
true.
so because I got asked the question, like, do you have any advice for younger folks going into the workplace and like they're in a workplace where like they get called troublemaker or like that for speaking up or retaliation? And I said, yeah, I mean, I have two pieces of advice, and the first one was this, and it said, why would you work for an organization that doesn't value you when they hired you for the value you bring?
Let's just sit with that for a second.
Dead ass though. Dead ass. Why would you want to work for someone that literally said, "We're hiring you because we value you. You want to be part of it." What do you mean? And then you turn around and tell me that I can't speak up and say something? Nah. Then that's a toxic workplace. And I was like, and that was the one thing that like, you know, the elders up there, like I'll talk about, I love my dad, but my dad always goes, "No, you need a job. You need to be stable." And I was like, I will be, but not for those, not for people who do not value me and what I have to say and what I look like and what I bring to the table and who I am. Like if the minute your value is disrespected, I have too much integrity and love for myself. Choose you first. I choose me first. I'm like, no, because I'll go find another job somewhere else.
Well, that's why these people out here, these morons, they're like, no one wants to work anymore. No. People want to work.
Oh, yeah.
People want to work. They just don't want to be taken advantage of. They want to work for a livable wage. They want benefits. They don't want to what's the saying? Work to live, live to work, or that one.
Yeah,
I want to, or they don't want to live to work. They want to work to, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what people want. It's not that people are lazy or don't want to work anymore. They just don't want to work anymore and be taken advantage of or dedicate themselves to a company or business that they, first of all, can't even make a livable wage off of. But then also these companies want you to be available all the time. They want you to be available on nights and weekends and during the day and this and that. And you know what I mean? It's just insane. Or someone I know just applied somewhere and they were just telling me, and the person was like, they were like, how much is the pay? And the person goes, and I think it was like for making sandwiches or something. And the guy goes, well, it all depends on your experience. It all depends on your experience.
Aren't you supposed to train me?
What does that mean? It sounds like you just want to pay the lowest you could, and that's what I mean. Like a lot of these like business owners and stuff will have a huge house, 5 cars, but then want to pay you peanuts. Like I don't understand that. I really and truly don't understand that. Or the person goes, the guy goes, oh, is that your correct phone number? Because I've been calling back applicants, they're always giving me the wrong number. And I said to the person, I said, or the people are like standing there with the application and this guy's talking to them and they're probably like, oh, never mind. Yeah. But let me just fill this out anyway. And and just put like a fake number because they were like, does that happen often that they put the wrong number? And he goes, oh my God, so many times. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't happen that often. They're probably standing there like, ooh, I don't want to work here. Yeah. Like this is freaking me out. But I love that quote. It is so true. So true. Not knowing your worth, whether it's relationships, a job, wherever. Know your worth, babe.
Yep.
Know your worth.
Absolutely.
And don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let anyone mistake your kindness for weakness, babe.
And it's so interesting because there's so many things in our life that will tell us like where our worth is. Because someone just said to me the other day, it's like, how do you run a business? And I go, what do you mean? And they didn't mean like all the like, how do you do it? What are the 7 steps? Blah, blah, blah. They said, no, like you do it. And I go, yeah, because I love me. Because because I always tell people I didn't want to be a business owner. I did not want to be an entrepreneur. I did not want to have to sit here and do literally like the taxes, the marketing, contacting people, insurance stuff, like all those behind saying, ew, I hate that. It's the worst thing in the world. But what I loved more was my passion, and I got tired of nobody ever giving me the opportunity. So I loved me first.
Yep.
I loved me first. Said, you know what? If I have to do all this to do that, then that's what's going to happen.
Yes, 110%.
And that's why
I completely agree.
And
Completely agree. That's one of the reasons why I became a content creator. Not only because I love what I do and I love entertaining people and I love all of that. I love my job. I mean, I hate the analytics part of it because it's just, I feel like I'm constantly fighting against a computer for people to see just my content. Yeah. But that's a whole nother podcast episode. But is because I didn't want to work for anybody else. I was so sick of working for these bosses and these companies, or even like, again, even these small businesses where like the owner has a huge house and 5 cars, but then they're telling you, oh, we're going under, or, oh, blah, blah. I don't know, and sell one of your cars, or I don't know, sell one of your fucking, like, I don't know what to tell you. You're the one that lives way above your means, but then wants us to bust our balls, and we're being paid peanuts. Like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. But even when it comes to relationships, a job, babe, know your worth. Even know your worth without all of that. Know your worth. You only go around once, babe. The bet that I always say, and I always sound like a broken record, the best relationship you could have with anybody in your life is not with your kids, it's not with your spouse, it's not with your family, it's with yourself. Because when you have that relationship with yourself and you work on that relationship with yourself, that pours into your kids, your spouse, your family, right?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you want to have a
1000%.
good relationship with yourself in order to show that to your kids?
Oh my God, yeah. And because when you, and it's and not the false sense of loving yourself, because too many people, I think, get confused also. Like, well, I do all these things that go, but like, do you sit with yourself? Like, I think one of the things I know I do, and I do it intentionally, is where I sit in silence. And like, there's no phone, there's no music, there's no nothing. Like, you can either hear whatever is going on outside or like crickets. But for like a good 15 to 20 minutes, just sit there.
Well, one of the things I like to do by myself is take myself out on dates and go out by myself and be comfortable in my own company. You know, go to a restaurant and sit at a table by yourself. Bring a book with you. Bring a phone with you. Don't bring anything with you. And just eat by yourself. Go to a movie by yourself. I think doing stuff by yourself. And like I remember being younger, and I would always have friends. Like, my one girlfriend needed to go to Walmart, but instead of her just running to Walmart, do you want me to go to Walmart? Do you need anything? Like, you come with me? Do you want to come with me? I don't want to go by myself. I really don't want to go by myself. And I'm like, I go by myself. Like, I don't know. Like, I just want to go in, get my stuff, and leave. But it's kind of like codependency, I guess, a little bit, you know? But I think you should be very comfortable. I'd rather go sometimes and go do things by myself. I just think it's quicker, easier. I know what I want. I know what I'm grabbing.
Gymnastics.
Exactly. I mean, don't be wrong. Like, when I'm with you and I'm like, oh, well, I need to run a couple places. And you're like, oh, I need to grab a couple things too, you know? But if I don't have you or you're not available around, I don't mind going by myself.
It doesn't change.
No, not at all. I'm going, I'm doing it, and that's that.
That's a reminder for myself. Love yourself, value yourself. If you want me to read it one more time for you.
Yeah, hit him with it one more time.
Hit him hard. Hit him hard.
You should have screenshotted it.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
You got it. Yep, there it is.
Nope, that's not me. That's someone else. That's okay. There we go. Okay. Anyway, why would you work for an organization that doesn't value you when they hired you for the value you bring? Remember that and take that with you guys. But we love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us for episode 10 of the Hot Two Hands of the Hot Pink America podcast. Guys, don't forget, guys, please subscribe here on YouTube. If you're watching, subscribe. Juicy and I were just saying it's so crazy that we have 8,000 followers on our Hot Pink America TikTok, but we only have 2,000 subscribers over here. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe, guys. It really helps our YouTube channel. Make sure you're liking and commenting, even if you're just saying, I really like the episode. Make sure you're doing it here on YouTube, liking, subscribing, and commenting, please. It really helps out our page. And also, make sure you're sharing and liking and commenting on our clips that we're putting out too. Make sure you're sharing them. I try to go through every episode and find the funniest ones and like put those out to promote the podcast some. So make sure you're sharing them with your friends, letting them know about it, all that good stuff. Juicy, anything you want to add? I'm still loving when people give us things to talk about or mention. So I love that because I know someone missed the questions that we used to do weekly, but we don't need that anymore because we just talk.
Yeah.
But if you were like, you're really interested, and I mean like a story you haven't heard before because some of y'all.
Oh, yeah. If you guys ever have any topics, leave them in our comments. Like, I'd like to hear you and Juicy's thoughts on this, or I'd like to hear you and Juicy's thought on that. Please leave them in the comments,
send me a good
guys.
dad joke.
Don't be scared. I know me and Juicy are big bitches, but dang. Just don't be weird with it.
Bitch.
Don't be weird with it.
Yeah, just
don't
say
be
it.
weird
and then,
with it.
Move on.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for joining us for episode 10. We hope that y'all have a positive rest of your week. Don't forget your positive rest of your week is up to you. Keep that chin up, babe, in every room you walk into and know your worth. And
hold on to hope for a better tomorrow and stay juicy.
Love you guys. Bye.